Liberty Podcast, bringing you all the best strategies, tech, tools, tips, and mindset to help you create a life and career you love. Now, I'm streaming this through OBS Studio to Restream.io, and I hope this does good. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to actually exit my browser so it doesn't play and use up all my bandwidth, because I need all the bandwidth I can get here to stream this thing. I'm trying this because I don't always like how StreamYard does things. Sometimes the quality isn't so good, and I also want to stream through OBS Studio so I can record locally onto my computer and have a better quality in order to utilize the recording later. Because if I stream through StreamYard, the quality is not always the best, and then I can't use that later to create shorts and things like that. And so I'm just trying this out. We're going to see what happens. Hopefully it does okay today. I do not have a quote of the day, but I will be bringing you lots of what I feel is hard-hitting truths about life and business, and essentially how we can work on ourselves, how we can create, how we can change our life and live it in such a way that we make as massive a difference as possible. Now, I'm trying to pull up the chat over here on YouTube so that I can interact with you guys, but I want to, I don't know. We'll see. Once this pulls up, what I want to do is pop out the chat and then exit that window so it does not start playing the audio over top of what I'm doing here. That way I can interact with you guys. I can see if y'all comment. I can comment back and all of the things. But what I want to do today is talk with you about a conference that I was at recently. And I shared a little bit about it in my podcast last Wednesday, which Wednesdays are always solo shows, and I've been getting them out a little bit late in the day the last couple of weeks, and I apologize about that. I will be doing better in the future, because come April, I'm moving my office day, which is when I record my podcast and do all the things. I'm moving that to Tuesday, and I'm still going to keep the Wednesday podcast release date. So if I record my podcast on Tuesday, it'll be ready for you guys bright and early on Wednesday mornings. And I've got a dog who is clawing at the door, desperate to get in, so I hope you can't hear that. But this conference is a Christian small business conference. It is the most transformative kingdom conference, business conference in the world. It's called EDGEcon, and it happens in March every single year. The last couple of years has been in Nashville. Before that, it was in Sarasota for a couple of years, and next year, possibly Nashville, but the conference center where they've been holding the event each year is going to be undergoing renovation. So they're having to move locations. Next year, he threw out the possibility of like Branson, Missouri, which would be a fun destination, but I'm only 2.5 hours from their location in Nashville. So I really kind of like that location, but maybe I'll be traveling to Branson, Missouri next year. I want to tell you guys, if you go to EDGEcon2023.com right now, I think through this weekend, you're probably hearing my dog barking and growling right outside the window. She desperately wants in. I don't know what her problem is. Wow. Crazy dog. Anyway, if you go to EDGEcon2023.com, you can find tickets, the cheapest they will ever be. $325 per ticket for the event. Does not include lodging. It does include 2 meals with the event, 2 lunch meals with the event. I feel like it is a superb value. The at the door price of the tickets are $725. They usually sell out before they reach full price, but they will never be as cheap as they are right now. Even in a week or two, when I get an affiliate link and I'm able to share my affiliate link with you, which gives you a $25 discount, the tickets will be higher, even with the $25 discount, than they are right now. I'm not sure what that price will be for you guys at that point, but it will be higher than it currently is. So let's jump right in. I'm 5 minutes in on this thing. I've told you all about what we're talking about today. I want to jump into a lot of the content, and what I'm going to do is they give you a book to take notes, which has all the speakers and everything like that. And I'm just going to go through the book. It's not in order of how the speakers were at the conference, but it's in order of how I took notes because of how they laid the speakers out in the book. Some of them I'm going to have tons to share. Some of them not a whole lot to share. But I just want to kind of give you my takeaways from the event, things that I learned, and I want to compile this in order to be able to create a giveaway for you guys, or like not a giveaway, but where I can give you something for free that I learned and took away from the event. But that will come in the future because I want to add more than just simply the notes that I took. I want to put some thought into it and add my own reflections to it as well. So you'll be able to download that and understand exactly how truly transformative this event can be. But as with everything in life, it's only transformative if you put in the work. The plan only works if you work the plan. Until you start working the plan, until you start utilizing the advice and putting all of that into action, it doesn't do you any good. You can read all the books you want. I'm reading my fourth book of the year. I'm in the Slight Edge right now, and I've listened to a couple of others, and I'm with my Level Up Mastermind group. We're reading a book a month. That doesn't do me any good if I don't put that into action. Like all of that learning, all of that knowledge, all of everything that I put into here does me absolutely no good unless I turn around and use it out there. I have to use it in order for it to do me any good. And so I want to share kind of what I've learned from this event, and hopefully you guys can take away something that you can learn and implement in your own life, in your own business. That's what every podcast really needs to be. So I'm going to start off with Dave Kaufman, who is the founder of this event. He was also the first speaker each day. The theme of this year's conference was No Limits, and they truly went all out on this event. Like it was absolutely fantastic. I was blown away with the quality of the speakers that they had. And I'm just going to read through a list of the speakers. There was Dave Kaufman, who's a small business coach and the founder of the event. Alicia West, who is a real estate broker, a really high-end real estate broker in Tampa, Florida, I believe. Then Jim Cathcart, who has been in the personal growth business for, I'm going to say 50 years. Like he's been speaking and writing for 50-something years. He's written dozens of books. Absolutely incredible. Dale Smith Thomas. She grew up in Mississippi and has done incredible things. Like the stories that she would tell is just absolutely amazing. Then, of course, there was Ken Hartley, who's been the MC for this event for the last few years, but is an excellent speaker in his own right. He's also got a bunch of books. There was Dr. Nate Hearn, who was the coach for the football team that the movie Friday Night Lights was based on. Like, how do you get somebody like that? It's amazing. And then, of course, on Saturday, the second day of the event, there was Dave Kaufman again. Then Marie Cosgrove. Like, if you haven't heard of her, you need to get out a little more. Marie Cosgrove has built multi-million-dollar companies. She's done incredible things. Then Omar Periu, this man rode over from Cuba to Miami when he was like 10 years old. Him and his family, they moved to the U.S., went straight to Chicago in the middle of winter. He went from nothing to multi-millionaire. Gary Arblaster, who's a financial coach, he was incredible. Dr. Lou Sterrett, he is a cowboy who uses horses in a lot of his presentations as he shares the gospel. Like he's an incredible man and speaker. It was incredible to see. And I believe that was everybody. So I'm going to jump right into The notes I've got on the first session, which was Dave Kaufman, he said, what am I doing? Or my thought on what he was sharing is, what am I doing to fully maximize my God-given potential? Everything that God has given me to use in life. What am I doing in order to make the most of that? And am I giving 100% on everything? You know, when I do a live stream for you guys, or record a podcast, or whatever it is that I'm doing, am I all in? Am I giving it my best? God gave me everything that I need to create a massive impact in the world. It's my job to take those tools and to combine them in such a way that creates the most, the biggest impact possible. It's my job. It's my duty. That's what I'm here for. And we serve a limitless God. Like, he absolutely has no limits, right? And if we are children of a limitless God, why do we think that we have limits? Why do we say, I can't do things? Who am I to say I can't when I am a child of a limitless king? You know, a prince would not say, oh, you know, back in the old days when kings had ultimate authority, a prince would not be like, oh, I can't do that because, you know, I just can't. He'd be like, sure, I'll go talk to my dad. We can get this done. I mean, I'm the prince. You know, my dad's got no limits. He is the ultimate ruler here. We serve a limitless God. So we should not have limits. But so often we have limiting beliefs. You know, we run into a roadblock when we're trying to do something, and we always hit up into that I can't. We run into something that we think we can't do, and when we do that, we fall back into apathy. We fall back into, oh, it's little old me, poor me, I can't do it. I'm just done. I'm out. I can't do the thing. And we have to get past that. We've all got limiting beliefs, and what we need to do is identify them and eliminate them so that we can succeed in the path, in the mission that we've been given in life. And there's 3 seasons of life. There's the anointing season. The anointing season is when you find out what it is that you need to be doing with your life. When you find your purpose, you know, when you find the thing that you want to do. My anointing season, I think I'm in the second season that he talks about. But the when I set out to build a coaching business, that was the path that God laid. And I don't like